Hi everybody. So in the previous class we discussed about the microsporangium in gymnosperms and how the microsporangium or microsporophylls are grouped together to form the cone. Okay, so within the cone microsporangium were there. That microsporangium produces the microspores. So those microspores later developed into male gametophyte. Okay, that is the thing we discussed in the previous class. So today in this class let us discuss about female cone, or it is also called as a female lax or female strobili. Okay, so this female cone consisting of megasporangium. So it consisting of megasporangium. This megasporangium produces megaspore. Okay, so later megaspore developed into female gametophyte. Okay, so consisting of megasporangium, this female cone. So that megasporangium born on megasporophylls clustered to form female cone. So many megasporophylls together forms the female cone. Okay, each megasporophyle contains megasporangium. See there now. So megasporophyll clustered to form a female cone. Each megasporophyll contains the megasporangium. Andre ondondu leaf like structure enirutte. So this is one megasporophyll. So this is the megasporophyll, a single megasporophyll. This single megasporophyll contains megasporangium. Here it contains one megasporangium. Okay, so this megasporangium produces megaspore. Inside it produces megaspore, and this megaspore develops into female gametophyte. Okay, so like this, many megasporophylls, they are clustered together to form a structure called as cone. Okay, so let me study the structure of that cone. Hope you understand what the diagram I wrote here now. So individual that leaf-like appendage which produces megaspore is called as megasporophyll. Similarly in microsporophyll, the leaf-like structure, that is a phylla means a leaf, that microsporophyll consisting of microsporangium. Similarly here megasporophyll consisting of megasporangium. Okay, so let me write the longitudinal section of that megasporophyll by taking the example of Pinus. In case of Pinus, how is it? Let's see. So in Pinus, megasporophyll consisting of central axis. On both the side of central axis, there is one megasporophyll. This is megasporophyll. This is megasporophyll. This is megasporophyll. This is megasporophyll. Like this, many megasporophylls are present in a single cone. Okay, and each of these megasporophyll at its base consisting of megasporangium. So megasporangium is like this. Okay, so megasporangium is present like this. Okay, so this is megasporophyll. sporophyll in a transverse section. So the cone is almost look like this. ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ cone. So cone is look like this. If you cut like this, it's called a longitudinal section. If you take the longitudinal section, it look like this. So this is megasporophyll. This is megasporangia. This is megasporangia. Inside, megaspore is there. Inside, megaspore is there. In case of pinus, it look like this. Whereas in case of cycas, this megasporophyll is look like this. Megasporophyll is like this, and these are the megasporophylls. Megasporophyll. So here also megasporophyll. So this structure is itself a megasporophyll. So this one is megasporophyll, this one is megasporophyll, this one is megasporophyll. In the axil of that megasporophyll, there will be a megaspore like this. Okay, so this is megasporangium. Okay, see the difference. It is very small when compared to that. Okay, so it is very larger and it is very smaller in size. Okay, and this is the megasporangium, or it is also called as ovule. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ovule ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. And this cycas produces a largest ovule in the plant kingdom. ದೊಡ್ಡ ovule ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ single ovule. Largest single ovule is cycas ovule. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿ ಏರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ನೀಟಾಗಿ, ಬಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎನ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ದ ಕೋನ್ಸ್, ದಿಸ್ megasporophylls are closed like this. So when the megasporangia produces megaspore, it opens like this and it make the pollen grain to allow inside. Okay, during pollination, pollen grain can land here and make the fertilization. After fertilization, this again get close ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಕಾಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ದ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ takes place in the female cone. And let's see how this megasporangia is and how the megaspore is going to produce. Okay, a typical cone of gymnosperm is similar to that angiosperm as well, but a little different is there. So this is the structure of the megasporangia in gymnosperm. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. Okay, so it has the protective layers called as integument. ಇದನ್ನು integument ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. There is a small opening called as micropyle, and this is the stalk called funicle. Okay, so inside it consisting of mass of cell. Okay, then 2 or more archegonia it has. So these are archegonia. Okay, so this whole cell is gametophyte. So this is female gametophyte. ನೋಡಿ ಆ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ, ಸೊ ಅದೇನು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗಲೇ, ಸೊ ಇದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಲ್ವಾ, ಈ ಓವ್ಯೂಲು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ gametophyte. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ multicellular. You need to remember this. So it is multicellular irutte, and it produces female sex organ like archegonia. So archegonia is the female sex organ. Okay, and this is the structure of ovule, okay, or megasporangia. It is megasporangia. Okay, so ಇದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಆರ್ಕಿಗೋನಿಯಾ ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್, ಹೌ ದಿಸ್ gametophyte is going to produce, you are going to learn in second year. Okay, but here let me brief it very simple as much as possible how the female gametophyte is going to produce here. Okay, yeah, so within this structure only I am going to explain it. So initially there is a mass of cell here, there is a mass of cell present there. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಸೆಲಸ್. ಅದನ್ನು ನ್ಯೂಸೆಲಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಆಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ನ್ಯೂಸೆಲಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್. ನೋಡಿ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಗಿಂತ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್. ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ವಿತಿನ್ ದ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ಡಿವಿಷನ್. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಿಯಾಸಿಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ಮಿಯಾಸಿಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ 4 cells. ಮಿಯಾಸಿಸ್ ಆಗಿ 4 ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದ 4 cells ಆರ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದ 4 cells 3 cells ಆರ್ ಡಿಜನರೇಟೆಡ್. ಈ 3 ಸೆಲ್ಗಳು ಡಿಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ 1 cell is enlarged and become megaspore mother cell. That megaspore mother cell undergo meiosis to form the 4 cells. Among the 4 cells 3 degenerates, 1 become functional, and this cell enlarges. ಈ ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಮತ್ತೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗುತ್ತೆ like this. It undergo enlargement like this. ಈ ರೀತಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗುತ್ತೆ, which consisting of only 1 nuclei now, and it is a haploid in nature. Okay, now this cell is megaspore. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೀಗ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಫಸ್ಟು ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಸಿಲಸ್, ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯೇಟ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಎನ್ಲಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ. ಇಟ್ ಎನ್ಲಾರ್ಜಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಎನ್ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಸೆಲ್ಲನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ಮಿಯಾಸಿಸ್. 4 ಸೆಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, 3 ಡಿಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಎನ್ಲಾರ್ಜಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ನೌ ಎನ್ಲಾರ್ಜಸ್. ಆ ಎನ್ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಉಳಿದಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಕೂಡ ಕೊಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Okay, now this cell, since it's undergo meiosis, it has haploid. Okay, haploid nature. Now this cell, this megaspore now undergo mitotic division. Only nucleus undergo mitotic division to form many nuclei. ಇದು ತುಂಬ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಈ ಥರ ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್, ಒಂದೊಂದು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಸುತ್ತ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ gametophyte. So this is female gametophyte. Okay, so within the female gametophyte, 2 cells which are present towards this micropyle, they are developed into. So take let's say these 2 cells developed into archegonia. So these are archegonia. ಸೊ ಇದು ಆರ್ಕಿಗೋನಿಯಾ ಆಗಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸಮಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 1 ಆರ್ಕಿಗೋನಿಯಾ, ಸಮಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಮೆನಿ ಆರ್ಕಿಗೋನಿಯಾ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ಕಿಗೋನಿಯಾ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್. ಫೀಮೇಲ್ sex organ. It consisting of a flask shaped structure and inside it contains egg. ಇದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಎಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಡಿಡ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ರಯೋಫೈಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದೇ ಥರ ರೌಂಡ್ ಇರೋದು ಬೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ದ ಎಗ್. Now through this micropyle pollen grain landed. So winged pollen grain irutte. By using air, wind as a pollinating agent, it carries the pollen grain deposited here, and this part is called as a pollen chamber. So idanna pollen chamber anta karitivi. Pollen chamber. ಈ pollen chamber ಮೇಲೆ pollen grain ಬಂದು ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ and it produces pollen tube. That pollen tube carries the male gamete. Suppose ಇದು pollen grain ಅಂದ್ರೆ this pollen grain carries the gametes. Male gametes ನ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. That male gamete fuse here. ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ zygote ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. zygote later this zygote develops into embryo. ಈ zygote ಈ ಥರ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಆಗಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so this is how the fertilization and development of seed takes place. Once the embryo is developed, the whole ovule developed into seed. Okay, so this is how the female cone is and how the ovule structure is, how the pollination takes place and fertilization takes place. Okay, so hope you understand how the sexual reproduction takes place in gymnosperm. Okay, and this are male and female cones. Sometimes these are male and female cones. These male and female cones, if they are born on the same plant, born on the same plant in Pinus. Okay, both female and male cone are produced on the same plant as in case of Pinus, but in cycas male cone born in one plant and female cone born in other plant. Okay, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಪೈನಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮೊನೇಶಿಯಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ and cycas ಅನ್ನು dioecious is called as dioecious. So example for monoecious gymnosperm andre it is Pinus. Dioecious gymnosperm andre it is cycas. Okay, so hope you understand the structure of male and female cone and how the male and female cone produces microspores and megaspores and how that microspores are developed into gametophytes. Okay, so here when compared to the lower plants like in pteridophytes and gymnosperms, the number of cells present in gametophyte is less. Okay, it is further less in case of angiosperms. You are going to learn it in next class. Okay, yeah. So this is how gymnosperm reproduce. Okay. Okay, so let me brief it again the whole process. Suppose if you take the example of Pinus. In case of Pinus, male cone and female cone are produced separately on this Pinus. This male cone produces microspores. Male cone consisting of microsporophyll and female cone consisting of megasporophyll. So this is a microsporophyll consisting of microsporangia, sporangia. Similarly, megasporophyll consisting of megasporangia. So this megasporangia is nothing but ovule. Okay, so within this megasporangia, megaspore is going to produce. Similarly, microsporangia produces microspore. Okay, so later this microspore developed into male gametophyte. Similarly, megaspore developed into female gametophyte. Okay, this female gametophyte produces egg, or it contains egg, and this male gametophyte produces male gamete. Okay, so both are fused together to form zygote. Okay, both are fused together to form zygote, and this zygote develops into embryo. Zygote develops into embryo. Once the embryo is formed, this ovule, once the embryo formation completes, ovule develops into seed. Okay, and remember, this ovule not enclosed by any fruit. Okay, ovule not enclosed by fruit, so called naked seeded. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನೇಕೆಡ್ ಸೀಡೆಡ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್, ಆ ಸೀಡ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೀಡ್ ಸುತ್ತ ಒಂದು ಪಲ್ಪಿ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೀಡ್, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಸರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಓವರಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಇದು ಓವರಿ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓವರಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಮಚ್, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸೀಡ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ನೇಕೆಡ್ ಸೀಡೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ the same thing occurs in cycas as well. Cycas unitum ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೇ ಥರ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್. Then come to the economic importance. Okay. So gymnosperms like Pinus produces timber, then turpentine. So turpentine produce ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, turpentine varnish ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, and this Pinus timber is usually used to manufacture that plywood ನ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈ Pinus tree ನ timber ಇಂದ. Okay, then cycas yields sago, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಬ್ಬಕ್ಕಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಆ ಸೈಕ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟ್ರೀನ ಪಂಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಿಲ್ಕಿ ಲೇಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕಿ ಲೇಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಪೆಲೆಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಸ್ಯಾಗೋ, ಅಂದರೆ ಸಬ್ಬಕ್ಕಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಪೈನಸ್ ಥರನೇ ಒಂದು ಸೆಡ್ರಸ್ ಇದೆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟು, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಈಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಟಿಂಬರ್. ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಈಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಟಿಂಬರ್. ಓಕೆ, so that is important. Then one more important point you need to remember is there is a plant called ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba, it is considered as presently the ginkgo biloba fossilized plants is also there, living plants is also there. That's why it is called as living ಫಾಸಿಲ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಲೀವಿಂಗ್ ಫಾಸಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಗಿಂಕೋ ಬೈಲೋಬಾ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್. Yeah, thank you.